I saw this article on Bleacher Report, and that should already be giving you red flags. It was titled, "The Cutthroat Trade Every NBA Fan Base Hates to Think About." Interesting title. I was kind of wondering, what would the Raptors version of this trade be? And let's take a look at that right now. So when I think of the way this is kind of laid out from a title, what I would think, the cutthroat trade that every NBA fan base hates to think about. That to me would be the trade that, like, it would be a necessary evil. It would help their team, but it would, like, the fan base would hate it in the sense, like, they would just feel so bad and they'd be so dejected that they would have to make that trade, even considering the fact that it is a necessary evil for that team to have to make. So for me, I was thinking, okay, for the Raptors, it's probably like, trading OG Anunoby or Gary Trent Jr. for like a really good haul of maybe not more role players, because we've kind of addressed a lot of the depth that we had issues with last season, but maybe it's trading one of the core guys to maybe get some more top heavy talent. I wasn't quite sure. So then I went to go check exactly what that trade would be for the Raptors. And that trade is including Scottie Barnes in Kevin Durant trades. So I'm like, that's dumb, because every Raptors fan hates to think about it, because they would all agree that this is a trade they don't want to make, and it's a bad trade. So I read around on it. Barnes could go on to be the best player on the Raptors, make 10-plus All-Star teams, and eventually the Raptors to another championship. All these would take time. Yeah, but these are all really good things you're talking about here. The Raptors look like a lower-level playoff seed in the East. Fair statement, I guess. Adding Durant to a Toronto team that could still feature Fred, Pascal, Gary, and Barnes and OG were the base of the deal would instantly put the Raptors at the top of the East along with the Celtics and Bucks. Would trading next 10 years or more of Barnes be worth for a 4-year window with Durant? Wow, that's pretty loaded. So, for starters, the window with Durant, who is 34 years old and has injury problems, is likely not going to be 4 years. 4-year window, as far as a guarantee, is extremely far-fetched. I think, best case, you get a really good 3-year window. I think reality, you're probably getting a 2-year window. And in that case, the East is, there's still some really good teams out here. The West is freaking stacked. The East still has the Bucks, Celtics. So not really any, power realignment that could happen here. Those are still some of the top dogs. Your likelihood of winning a chip obviously increase a ton, but I don't think you'd even be the favorite in the Eastern Conference, as good as that team would be. And I guess that's kind of just a reality of it. It wouldn't be worth the Raptors. No Raptors fan wants to do this. And, sorry, there might be very few Raptors fans who actually want to do this, but that's kind of a dumb way to kind of lay out the Raptors in this article. I think there were better options there. So now I got even more curious. What do the other teams look like in this one? So, first one also made me upset. Onyeka Okongwu for win now help. And the explanation for this one is, you've got Clint Capella for 3 more years. So you got Okongwu stuck in a reserve role. Okongwu is a very good young player, and I see him actually developing quite a good amount. I'm a big Okongwu truther. I think it'd be best for them to just trade Capella. The cutthroat trade is trading Capella for, I guess, somewhat of a salary dump and making Okongwu the starter. That's the cutthroat trade. The Celtics trading Jaylen Brown before free agency. We're going to go through quick because we want to go through a lot of teams here. Find it hard to believe Jaylen Brown would want to go anywhere else. I guess that's a complete possibility. This one isn't that bad because you're uncertain about his future. Maybe you want to cash in. Maybe he would want to leave. There you go. Getting less than a Rudy Gobert like a return for Kevin Durant. That is a good one because the Brooklyn Nets are going to understand that they're not getting the valuation they want for KD. So get the best trade package that you can while you still have some value. That's a pretty good one. Charlotte Hornets giving up draft capital to move Gordon Hayward's contract. I said the day that was signed, it was a bad, horrible, so bad. Words cannot even describe how bad it is contract. And yes, it's being proven correct. That's a good one for the Hornets. This one made me angry. This one made me angry. Why would the Bulls do that? Why would the Bulls do that? He's 20 years old, and he's a perfect player around Levine and DeRozan and Vucevic. What? That's it. Article over. Piece over. Why are we talking more about this? Passion. They start slipping down the East standings, giving up on Williams after just 88 games. Feels way too early, because it is. Keep return a 4-star in town as long as possible. So why is that the cutthroat trade if they should want to keep him? It doesn't make any sense. So stupid. Colin Sexton signed a trade. That's not cutthroat. Cavs fans don't care about that. Luka Doncic being the next superstar to ask out. That's not a cutthroat trade. That's a player wanting to leave. Which is possible. Let's be honest. The Denver Nuggets having to trade Michael Porter Jr. if his injury issues persist. I like that. That's a pretty good cutthroat example. I would say the more cutthroat example for the Denver Nuggets involves Michael Porter Jr., but for other reasons. The fact that he's not a great defender and you're trying to build such a juggernaut type of team, maybe, if his offense doesn't develop to the way, the expectations are, and his defense isn't good enough, you may have to trade him for that reason. Pedro, using Russell Westbrook to go into full rebuild. I don't know if going for him would make your team go into full rebuild. Unless you're trading for Russ to get like 2 picks from the Lakers, which the Lakers don't seem interested in giving away. And then not playing Russ at all. You know what? That makes a little bit of sense. That makes a little bit of sense. Splitting up Leonard and George if Tyler falls short in 2023. I don't know. I mean, these guys are like, they want to trade. LeBron's not getting traded. LeBron is not getting traded. That is not going to happen. This is going to be the situation for the Grizzlies. So I think that's probably correct in the sense that fucking Knicks fan wants to do that. Come on. For years. This is so stupid, but the Kings would absolutely do it. Pending fire sale. Nah, that's not really cutthroat. Go get Victor Wembanyama. Scotty Barnes, dumb. The looming diamond is a New York Knicks trade. I guess it's sort of cutthroat, but Utah Jazz fans have to recognize that, like, it's over for this era. It's time to rebuild. Finally, the Washington Wizards, the inevitable Bradley Beal trade that he now controls. I think Wizards fans would even want to say, like, enough is enough. We're not good. Please move on so we can start to rebuild, bro. But yeah, those are the cutthroat trades. Bleacher Report with another banger article. And I just thought it was interesting to see what the Raptors did. And it was also interesting to see what they thought every other team should do. I just feel like whoever wrote that had a lot of good examples. And then just to make a fun article, he stretched to make one for every team. But still, a little bit stupid in my book.